It was just a drunken mistake, she said after kissing a stripper at her bachelorette. So I canceled the wedding and disappeared. Now everyone knows why I left. Hey, viewers. Before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. I used to think loyalty was enough. That if you showed up, did the work, made someone feel safe, they wouldn't look for more. But it turns out, some people will burn down everything just to feel a spark. Sarah and I met in college. She was pre-med, intense but charming in this effortless way. I was studying business and working nights to keep from drowning in student loans. She was smarter, sharper, more ambitious than I ever was, but she liked that I was grounded. Her words, not mine. We dated for almost 6 years. Through internships, apartment moves, family health scares, everything. I helped her through med school. She helped me land my first real job. We had our fights, sure, but nothing I thought we couldn't fix. She was my person. When I proposed, she didn't even let me finish the sentence before she said yes. I actually thought that moment was going to be the peak of my life. But now, when I replay it in my head, it just feels like the moment the trap closed around me. The months leading up to the wedding were stressful, like everyone says. Venues, seating charts, her mom having a meltdown because we didn't want a string quartet. Sarah was tense, constantly snapping at me. I chalked it up to pressure. I figured she was overwhelmed. And I took it all on, working longer hours to cover unexpected costs, calling vendors, dealing with the tux rental place that kept screwing up the measurements. Meanwhile, she was going to bride boot camp with her friends, drinking green smoothies and counting calories. Her maid of honor, Taylor, kept talking about the bachelorette party they were planning in Miami. It's going to be wild, she kept saying with this smug little laugh that didn't sit right with me. I joked once, just don't let her come back with a tattoo or a criminal record. Taylor looked me dead in the eye and said, no promises. Then laughed like it was nothing. But Sarah didn't laugh. She just looked at me and said, you trust me, right? Of course I did. I trusted her with everything. The week of the party, Sarah flew out on a Thursday. I covered the hotel cost as a surprise, left a note in her bag that said, have fun. I'll be here when you get back. Always. That Thursday night, I didn't hear from her. Not a text. Nothing. Friday morning, I sent a casual message. Hope you had fun. Let me know you're okay. No reply until almost 3 p.m. Hey babe. OMG, so much fun last night. Still recovering LOL. I'll call you later. I let it slide. Figured she was tired or hungover. Then Saturday passed. No call. Just a tagged Instagram photo from one of her friends, Sarah in a tight dress, throwing her head back laughing while some dude dressed like a fireman pretended to spank her with a plastic axe. Again, I didn't freak out. I just felt off. Like there was something I wasn't seeing. She came back Sunday night, dead quiet. Said she was exhausted. Barely hugged me. Then went straight to bed. Something had shifted. The truth hit me from someone I barely knew. The next week, I ran into Madison, one of Sarah's friends I'd always liked. We bumped into each other at the grocery store of all places. She asked how I was holding up and then she froze. I asked, what do you mean? She said, I thought you guys talked already. About what? She looked pale. Then she shook her head. Nothing. Forget I said anything. But it was too late. I went home and sat with that for a while. I didn't accuse. Didn't snoop. Just waited. 2 days later, Sarah came home from work and I asked, calmly, did something happen at your bachelorette party? She blinked like I'd slapped her. What? I just want to know the truth. She looked down at her bag, then at me, then away. After a full minute of silence, she said it. It was just a drunken mistake. I didn't say anything. She kept going. Everyone was drinking. We were all being stupid. The girls hired some guy and I kissed him. That's all. It meant nothing. I stood still. My heartbeat slowed. My jaw clenched, but I didn't raise my voice. You kissed a stripper. I was drunk. It wasn't planned. You're seriously going to blow everything up over one kiss. You didn't think to tell me. Because I knew you'd overreact. It was meaningless. It wasn't meaningless to me. She folded her arms. This is exactly what I was afraid of. You always make things bigger than they are. Every bride does something dumb at her bachelorette. I stared at her for a long time, then asked, if I kissed someone at my bachelor party, would you still marry me? She opened her mouth, then closed it. I wouldn't, I said. So I guess we're both clear on what this means. She started crying. Don't do this. Please. You're being insane. I didn't answer. I walked past her, went into the bedroom, and closed the door. That night, I canceled the honeymoon booking. Non-refundable deposit, but it didn't matter. In the morning, I called the venue, the photographer, the caterer. Everything I'd paid for, I tried to undo. Some refunded. Most didn't. She followed me around the apartment begging me to just talk, but I wasn't interested in having a debate about what respect looks like. By noon, I had packed a suitcase and left. I left the ring on the bathroom counter. She texted me 2 hours later. I can't believe you'd throw away 6 years over one night. No. She threw it away. I just finally admitted it. I didn't move in with anyone. I didn't crash at a buddy's place. I got a small Airbnb about 40 minutes out of town and didn't tell anyone where I was. Not even my parents. I needed space, real, uninterrupted space to breathe without the weight of her in every room. The first few days were strangely quiet. No texts. No missed calls. No drama. Then, the silence cracked. On day 4, the messages started. We need to talk. Please. I know you're angry, but we can fix this. It wasn't a big deal. It was stupid. I'll never do anything like that again. You're being dramatic. This isn't you. That last one? That's when I knew she still didn't get it. This was me. Just not the version of me who tolerated being disrespected anymore. The next morning, her mom called. Voicemail. I don't know what Sarah told you, but please don't throw away your future over one mistake. She loves you. Everyone makes bad choices. That phrase. One mistake. It was all anyone seemed to say. Like 6 years could be swept aside by minimizing it into a slip-up. Like I was overreacting by wanting a partner who wouldn't test my trust the second her friends handed her a shot glass. Later that week, I got a call from Sarah's brother, Evan. We'd always gotten along. Look, man, I don't know what happened exactly, he said. But she's a mess. Crying, not eating. Her friends aren't talking to her. Everyone's calling her a cheater. Then they're not wrong, I said. He was quiet for a while. She's trying to do damage control, but I think people saw more than she thought. Turns out, it wasn't just a kiss. There was video. One of the girls posted a snap to her story for 2 seconds before deleting it. But someone screenshotted it. Her in a VIP booth, sitting on some guy's lap, tongue halfway down his throat while her friends cheered her on. Someone else leaked that she left the club alone with him and didn't return to the hotel until 6 a.m. She denied it all. That's not what it looks like, she wrote in another text. It was just fun. You're blowing it out of proportion. I didn't even get his number. Somehow, that last one was supposed to comfort me. 2 weeks after I left, the wedding date came and went. She posted nothing. No ring pics, no dress photos, no celebration. Just a black screen on Instagram that said, some things aren't meant to be. Mutual friends started messaging me. Bro, you okay? She really screwed up, man. Everyone's talking about it. I always thought she was kind of different when you weren't around. That last one hit harder than I wanted to admit. I had ignored little signs. Her flirting with waiters. Her laughing too loud at guys' jokes. Her saying, you know I'd never cheat, whenever I brought up boundaries, as if that settled it. I didn't reply to Sarah's messages. Not one. I muted her number but didn't block it. I wanted the evidence. I wanted to see what people sound like when they realize they burned down something good and still try to act like you lit the match. She sent this on what would have been our honeymoon. I can't stop thinking about us. I miss you. I made one mistake. You made a life out of it. The karma didn't hit all at once. It came slow, almost boring in its inevitability. First, the video leaked in a bigger friend circle. Her bridal party started getting awkward questions. Taylor, the maid of honor who'd arranged the party, went full damage control, saying, it wasn't like that, until someone reminded her she was the one who filmed it. Then came the venue. She tried to move the date. They wouldn't refund her deposit. She tried to resell the dress. No buyers. Ended up listing it for a fraction of what she paid. One comment said, looks cursed. The florist, DJ, caterer, all non-refundable. People started pulling away. Even the friends who defended her at first went quiet. She posted a photo of herself out with some girls a month later. New hair, tight dress, fake smile. The caption, fresh starts and fake friends. I got screenshots from 3 people within 10 minutes. She looked thinner, paler, hollow-eyed. It's weird how people who say, it was just one mistake, never consider how many people it actually affected. A few weeks after that, she called from a new number. I let it go to voicemail. Her voice was hoarse, like she'd been crying. I know you probably hate me. I get it. But I wish you'd talk to me. We were supposed to build a life together. I messed up, but I never stopped loving you. You know that, right? There it was again. Love. That word people throw around like a band-aid for a self-inflicted wound. She sent another message the next day. I keep waking up thinking you're next to me. I reach for you and remember you're gone. I never thought you'd actually leave. That's the part that always sticks with me. She never thought I'd leave. She thought I'd forgive, forget, and carry her mistake like it was part of my vows. That's the difference between people like me and people like her. When I say forever, I mean it. When she said it, she meant until I get bored. About a year after I walked out, I thought I was done hearing from her. But she has a way of showing up when you least expect it. It started with texts again. Different number this time. No, I miss you, or I love you. Just vague messages. Can we talk? I need closure. I'm sorry for everything. I didn't reply. Didn't even read the messages most of the time. Then, one afternoon, I was at a friend's small wedding. I thought it was going to be peaceful, a chance to just relax and enjoy good company. Then I saw her, Sarah, standing awkwardly near the punch bowl, looking like she'd aged 5 years overnight. Her eyes scanned the room until they landed on me. For a second, I thought she might turn around and leave. She didn't. Her voice barely a whisper. Can we please talk? Just for 5 minutes. I shook my head. There's nothing left to say. She took a step closer. I'm not the same person I was. I messed up. I'm sorry. I looked at her, not with anger, not with pity, but with a quiet certainty that had taken me months to build. You weren't sorry enough to stop yourself. I don't hate you. I don't even care about you anymore. You're just irrelevant. She blinked, searching my face for a trace of the man she used to know. There wasn't one. Without another word, I turned and walked away. Not with fury, not with drama, just finality. I spent a lot of time after that thinking about what loyalty really means. About trust and respect. About how the people we love have the power to break us or free us. Sarah was a lesson I never wanted to learn but needed. She showed me the difference between someone who chooses you and someone who chooses what's easiest. A few months later, I met someone new. She's nothing like Sarah. No games, no secrets. Just honest, steady, and kind. We don't talk about the past. It's like I'm finally living in a place where I don't have to look over my shoulder. Sometimes, I hear through mutual friends that Sarah is still trying to make things right, trying to patch the holes she made. But I'm gone. I'm building a life where she's a footnote, not a chapter. And that's peace. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button.